Hi, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for February 2024. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Just want to make sure I have my volume up. Okay. Um, some of you are intuitively guided. Some of you have planets in a sign of Aquarius. I feel like there's something going on in the sky today or this evening. Because today was quite like I'm doing your reading like hours later than, or let's just say I started work, but I was dealing with a lot of crap, it's just that kind of day. But I did calm myself down, because I love doing your reading. My brother is an Aquarius. He's crossed over, January 24th. And I think he would just love being part of this. Like, I feel like he is part of this. It would be so like happy to be part of the group, part of you all. So, anyway, some of you may be in love with an Aquarius. Um, if that's the case, just remember, I feel like whatever brought you, just be open to receiving messages. If it feels right, it is right. If it doesn't feel right, don't make it be so. You know what I mean? Like, first and foremost, we need to be honest with ourselves and don't skip over the lessons and go right to the happy go lucky cards. I feel like, that's what you want to learn in tarot. It's not just, the ultimate destination. It's about how do we get there. Anyways, and that's being very real with ourselves at the same time. So, sorry about that little speech. I don't know where that came from. We're going to use the Gilded Tarot to clarify or to go deeper. We're going to use, of course, Mother Mary for her words of wisdom. We'll start with her. And we're going to stick with the cozy witch. I was just going to say it wrong again. I want to say cozy twitch, cozy witch, which is really the newest deck. But I've been using it for all of February's readings. You're the last reading, but I have to say, I feel like the last is always the best. And I felt like landing on the last reading in Aquarius. To me, that's like even more mystery to it. So I look forward to your reading. Let's get into it. Start with Mother Mary. My daughter, Jennifer, aka Jen, aka Jenny Love Tarot, his channel. She has an Aquarius moon. Let's get my cut. Everything is always pre-shuffled, but I like to shuffle with you here. All right, I'm going to bring the lid down. I do have my window open. I like opening the window because I feel like sometimes we hear sounds, at just the right time. Oh, you got four Aquarius. We're gonna take them. It's like Mother Mary wants to talk to you. All right. Wow. Blessings. Blessings. Today I count my blessings small and large, and I notice the new gifts that come to me from God. Blessings. Watched over. Love that. I feel like that's a little special, a little message from my brother, to really all of us. I allow myself to feel safe and enjoy my life, knowing that heaven is watching over my loved ones and me. We have gratitude. Wow. As I notice and appreciate the blessings, I open the gift. I'm sorry, I can't read. That's probably why I usually don't buy cards that have writing on them. As I notice and appreciate my blessings, I open the door to more of God's gifts. Huh. Same thing here. Blessings. Today I count my blessings small and large, and I notice the new gifts that come to me from God. Here I open the door to God's gifts through what? Through my gratitude. And then last but not least is home. Home. I trust and follow my divine guidance about my home. And, you know, it doesn't really have to be even a physical home. For some of us, I feel like, like for myself, I feel like I have two homes. One here with Sam, but also with my daughter in Rhode Island. I feel like, they're both my homes. I spent over 20 years in Rhode Island and a little more time here. But each became my home. All right, let's bring in the cozy witch and let's get into this Aquarius and see what's going on. Um, Again, for the month of February, but you know, like messages from Mother Mary. I don't feel like there's a time stamp on them. You just need to be present. It's really showing us, right? Being in a state of gratitude and being thankful for what we have, small or large, only opens the door to more to be grateful for. Hmm. It's like, through our good deeds, there's a saying to that, through your good deeds. Well, I feel like through your good deeds, like you're creating karma, right? It's going to come back to you different than how you would expect, but maybe you need it in a different way. Okay. All right, let's begin the tarot portion. I don't know why my nose is so itchy all of a sudden. Hmm. We have the Three of Swords. Not the greatest energy to open a reading with, but it's the first card, so I'm hoping it's the energy that's leaving. It says it's okay to cry. It's interesting because I feel like, yes, I may be leaving something, but then I feel like, like she's carrying this book, like she went to the library, even though she's in the Three of Swords energy. And I feel like maybe through that energy, she was inspired, something like piqued her interest. And I feel like she left her home, she went to the library, she got that book. And that book is like right next to her heart. And it's almost like a self-help book, but I feel like it piqued her interest. And who knows? Who knows where it's going to take her? Sometimes we feel like it's the end when really it's just the beginning. We have the Fool. Well, that is putting an end to the past. The Fool. Take chance, for each morning is a new beginning. So I definitely feel like who's ever in his Three of Swords, their interest is being piqued to begin something new. It's like a new adventure. It doesn't mean everything is new about it. It could be in a new location, but I'm familiar with that location. Whatever it is about taking a chance. All right. Well, let's see. So, back to the Three Swords, I feel like that person is being inspired and then turns into the Fool. And the Fool is about taking a leap of faith. There's a lot of reason to be strong within your faith here. Like this, we have the world, the next chapter. It's almost like you have learned some spiritual lessons along your way. And I do feel like the spiritual lessons, because it feels to me like you've learned them. Um, I feel like once I've learned that, or once I'm ready to say it's okay to have a new beginning, it's okay to chase my desires, what it is I want to create now. And again, I feel like, and if my interest is being piqued and I follow that, it may just be starting me on, again, a whole new path, a whole new world. And it may be taking that very pain and helping others in some way. But, this is very cheerful type energy. I mean, whatever or whoever caused that Three of Swords, I feel like there is like just this clear, it's like a night and day, and it may take time, but still it feels night and day of like how I was feeling to how I feel right now. It's like the the pain that was affecting me, like I don't feel it at all now, even when I'm helping others. That's a good thing. We have the Ten of Wands mirrored by that Three of Swords. Listen, Ten of Wands, you've had enough anyway. Why make things so much more difficult than they need to be? Ten of Wands mirrored by the Three of Swords. So, you know, I mean this in the brightest of ways, I guess. But I feel like, whatever and whoever caused that Three of Swords, and really, I feel like took you to the brink. I feel like you're done, like you're done with it. You're done with it. Now, as I say that, I realize you've got to allow yourself to be the Fool at the same time. We have the Six of Pentacles, and we have, look at this, the Ace of Swords. What's the Ace of Swords say here? Look at you. You're bursting you're bursting with sparkly new ideas. That's exactly what I felt. That's exactly what I felt with this person at Three of Swords. I'm telling you, exactly what I felt. And it's under the Fool. So right here, right now, I have to say, if you feel like you're like all of a sudden I feel like I have all these ideas, and maybe you just like, yeah, 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 but maybe you should write them down. You don't have to jot everything down, just something that will jog your memory. I feel like you're not having these ideas by chance. Six of Pentacles. Every blessing you give will eventually be returned to you. Every blessing that you give will eventually be returned to you. Gratitude, blessings, it's all here. And it is after a difficult time, like a time where I feel like, You took something for as long as you could take it. And yes, I do feel like you ended up in the Three of Swords energy. And I do feel like you got your heart broken. And yes, many of us have been there. But at the same breath, same time, boy, do I feel like, listen, maybe my soul needed to go through it because maybe that's exactly what I'll be speaking of, writing of. I almost feel like what's ever coming to you next, it feels very guided. So I feel like the more you can be in the fool's energy, the more you're able to pick up on the guidance, on the signs. Because I feel like, if I follow these signs, I feel like it's just going to lead you to like maybe a place that you don't like, wow. Whoa, look at that. Something knocking the fool in the Ace of Swords, or actually knocking the fool above the rest. So we'll see. We have the Four of Wands. Interesting. That's the marriage card. That's the commitment card. Family is whoever makes you feel the most safe and comfortable being with you. Has the world above it. How interesting because, again, first, I feel like, I go through this difficult energy and maybe I did give it all I could give. I don't know. I almost feel like I stayed too long. I feel like you stayed to the brink, but maybe you needed to. Maybe that's how you found closure because I do feel like you found closure. And I feel like even during that dark time, I feel like something, again, doesn't mean you went to the physical library, but maybe you went online and it's like, I don't know, something piqued your interest. And I feel like because you decide to follow that, again, these ideas, wherever they're coming from, by the way, but I do feel like some of it is coming while you're not in the best you. You have the Three of Swords, but you also have the 21 over here, the world, which is a three. So we have the Four of Wands. Interesting. What else am I holding? King of Wands. Can be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Doesn't have to be coming under the Ten of Wands, but he's coming next to the Four of Wands. All right. He's mirroring the Six of Pentacles where every blessing you give will eventually be returned to you. Hmm. The broom. The broom's been coming out a lot, and I feel like it's a good thing to do, like to use that broom a lot. Clear out the past, the old, right? The dust, the dirt. And that way you're telling the universe and I'm open to what's new, right? I'm clean, my house is clean. What's it say? Tidy up your life, or you can make space. Oh, so you can make space for something new. All right. By the way, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if along this journey, someone may reach out to you, communicate to you, and oh, I don't, I don't feel like it's this person that that it's interesting because I'm thinking, what did they break your heart? I don't know. But I feel like this it's right now, right this moment, that's not what I'm recovering from. Because I feel like this is beyond. This is when I do begin anew. This is when the next chapter, and I do feel like 2024 is our next chapter. I feel for some of you, it's like these ideas that you're having, these epiphanies, and you following them, I feel like it's very important. When I say very important, doesn't mean you have to. Of course, you don't have to. But I feel like it could lead you to a place that maybe you never expected. And then I feel like during this period of time, I feel like there's some type of communication. And I do feel like it's this king. And it's interesting. He's at this Dutch door, and half the door is open. It's almost like half a commitment because it's right next to the commitment card. Like, I'm willing to commit. Are you? Well, let's see. We have, hello, the Empress. Wow. It's who you're becoming. It's who you are now. The Empress, empathetic, loving, caring, nurturing. She tends to her garden. She knows that she has to tend to her garden. And I feel like she's very plentiful, and she's plentiful because she does tend to her garden. She nurtures it, doesn't put expectations upon it. She's creative. I mean, no wonder you're receiving these epiphanies, these ideas. That's exactly what the Empress is about, like receiving these epiphanies, and she's about giving birth to them. Right? This is not like, yes, I may be receiving, like inner harmony, but I feel like there's more to me, though. There's more. Like, maybe there's something more that I need to spread in the world. She's become powerful. So I feel like, as love is concerned, because her heart's not closed, she's just powerful. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like the Fool to the Three of Swords. I'm not the same girl I used to be. I'm not the same woman. I'm not the same man. And I feel like down the road you're like, and I don't know if it's down the road, like, like maybe it is in February. I feel like you are looking at your life like, look at me now. We have the Six of Swords under the Four of Wands. I feel like this Empress had to leave something. It's like and her back is to this energy. So I feel like, when I think of Six of Swords, I think of the Five of Swords and the toxicity of the Five of Swords. It can be really bad communication. Just like today, I'm like I was fighting with YouTube, and there's never a solution, never a solution, ever. You know what I mean? What's my point? My point is that, I feel like the Empress has a pretty clear picture now of just energy, period. But especially energy that's toxic. People. Like she can read people now. He can read people now. Energetically. You walk into a room and, I say this about Sam all the time. He's like, I don't know why, but when I walk in a room, he's like, I have people like stare at me. And I'm like, I said, I know why. I'm like, because you have this sense of like, don't even try to mess with me type of attitude. I mean, he's as caring can be, don't get me wrong, but he is a man's man. And like, you know, I mean, it's just the way it is. Oh, look at all these cards we have down here. All right. Another king. King of Swords. Look at this. Two kings. Interesting. And then we have the Nine of Swords. And then we have the Four of Cups. Okay, so first thing off, the first thing is someone. Someone here is discontent within their own life. Someone here is being offered a cup, and it's a cup of fulfillment. Excuse me. Um, and it may be action I need to take, but it's asking me to use my spiritual discernment. But then you have the Nine of Swords against that, which is worry, worry, worry. I overthink it. I worry and I overthink it. And these are the things that you cannot control. And these are the things you need to hand over. Or I feel like if I allow myself to stay in this state, and listen, if I'm wearing blindfolds because there's something I don't want to face, take off the blindfolds, face it. A lot of times it's not as big and bad as we think once that blindfold is off. Empress does not wear a blindfold. Like she trusts her energy. And, if again, it's like her back is to the Six of Swords. Like if there's any toxicity around, she's not part of that. So I kind of don't feel like it belongs to her. Probably one of these kings. All right. We have toxic witches on the bottom. Be cautious of those who take more than they give. Cautious witches. Be cautious of those who take more than they give. We have the Six of Pentacles here. That could be a lesson. Maybe that's what I learned in the Six of Swords. Okay, kings. Kings. It's interesting because one king above it is Ten of Wands. But on the other side of it is the Four of Wands. Now, I could say, okay, you were probably married to this king. But above that is the world. So I feel like, This makes me feel like it's something new. And then this king down here, the king of swords, now it can be you, male or female, has the six of swords next to it. So it tells me that this king also, like there was some type of toxic type energy. It's interesting because the king and the empress both have their back to it. They both have their back to the six of swords. Interesting. Hmm. It's the empress that's using the broom. It's cleaning house. It's like, whoa, wait a minute. I need my mind clear. And I feel like, she knows that she's receiving, even if I don't know why. So I feel like there's like a very clear statement with her, like, no, it's King. He's sitting in a typewriter typing. I don't know if he's sending a letter. What's this king say? Shine your inner candlelight bright enough for others to follow. Hmm. King Swords. We can all learn important things from one another. We have the death card. Well, that makes sense because that's exactly how I felt in the Three of Swords. It's like I'm in it, and then I'm not, and then I'm not. And I do feel like it's coming from you. Like you're the one. You're the one who's cleaning your house. It's you. You're closing a door. And I feel proud of you. And a new door is opening. And what's the new door? Well, right now it's the Fool. A new adventure. But again, like ideas are being guided to you. I don't feel like you have to worry, but I would follow them. So, I'm happy to see it, to be honest. Look at this with the strength card. Strength card looking right over at death card. Strength card of Leo, looking over at Scorpio. It's funny, that's my son and my daughter, Leo and Scorpio. Hmm. Excuse me. For some of you, there may have just been like someone that made you feel weak. I feel like, there's like, maybe I have an attraction, but maybe I have an attraction to like the wrong um person, people type of thing. I feel like this is about finding balance within yourself, and it becomes a sense of your power. The Empress carries all of that. Ten of Wands over the world. The Four of Pentacles. Look at this, the Ace of Cups. I knew there was love. And it's over a card that says, every blessing you give will eventually be returned to you. Well, there is love, unconditional love. Interesting. I feel like you're at like a time in your life where like I feel you feel free or you can feel free. And I feel like, one of the things you've learned that you may call a mistake, but really it's a lesson and you've learned is like, carrying other people's weight. Like you either want to be here or you don't, period. Well, end of story. You know what I mean? But I also need to know me in it. Like, am I attracting that type of person? And if I am, why? Where's my vibration? You know what I mean? Because I'm getting this image like when I'm drinking. Now, I know that's not everyone, but I do get that image of somebody saying that, like, that's my downfall. Anyways, this is you having realization of it. So, whatever it may be, it's you having that realization. And then love, the love boats. Hmm. Just think I'm old enough to have watched the original Love Boat. We have the Hangman over the Ace of Swords. Interesting. We have the Five of Wands over the Four of Wands. Well, that would make sense now. And now we have the Four of Wands, or Four Swords, over the King of Swords, healing. I feel like, if simply put, when you're involved in drama, you're blocked. You feel blocked. I feel energetically, but also I feel mentally. Like your thoughts, these epiphanies, these ideas that want to reach you, they feel blocked. But it's only when I'm allowing myself to be part of that drama. I feel like another lesson is I've got to learn when to leave it. Even if I love it, but if it is like, I mean, look at this. We have the Five of Wands and then the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Wands over here. You know, Maybe I don't want to leave it, but in a way, I feel like, don't I kind of have to? Now, this King of Wands has the Four Swords over him, so it is healing. It may be understanding, and by the way, it's mirrored by the Ace of Cups. So healing love. There's love being healed. Look at this. As soon as I clean up my house, I'll be damned. Here comes the Knight of Cups. Unexpected couple fulfillment. Here I come. With the Ace of Cups right above it, by the way. Here I am. Probably when your hair's a mess. You got, I mean, you guys, you see me when I walk by, like, I'm in my, like, comfy pants, you know, pajama pants, kinda. Anyway, so when I least expect it, here I come, ready or not. We have Justice card of Libra. And then we have Nine of Swords. Okay. Over the Six of Swords. I simply feel like I gotta make a choice. If I'm in this Nine of Swords energy, I've got to make a choice. I'm either going to stay in it or I'm going to leave it. Maybe there's a decision that needs to be made, and maybe you're having a hard time making it. But I feel like you've got to make it. Like, make it. And listen, maybe it is healing over a relationship. I'm not going to leave that out because there is healing over love. Hmm. Some of you, I feel like it very well may be this king coming back in saying, I'm healed. I'm not the person I used to be. And there's a chance that they're not. We got to remember that because, first of all, that's the life I'm living. You know what I mean? Like, I'm with someone that I was with 40 some years ago. And then, boom, we're back together again. Well, it wasn't boom, but like, in came the phone call. And then every night we talked from there on. And now we live together. So, you never know. You never know. Often feeling the four swords, not only am I having realization over these three swords, and that's what opened your reading, but then there's a fourth sword, and that's the sword I lie on. That's my own making. We have the Six of Cups, and then we have the Devil. Interesting. Card of Capricorn. Interesting. Hmm. I feel like I hate to give you like an either or type of thing, but I do feel like for some, like this King Wands again can be a fire sign, can just have fire in their chart, or is someone who's pretty passionate about what they want, and I do feel like they want you, and I do feel like they're healed. I feel like that's why we're seeing that, and some of you may have been married, you may have been in committed relationships. I do feel like though something has made you feel blocked, like, like blocked from like all these now epiphanies and ideas that you're receiving. And it could have just been a lot of drama. Like it's hard to concentrate in that type of energy. Now we have this other king and Six Cups comes out, so chances are I know this person. I want to look a little deeper at that. We have the High Priestess, and then we have the World. So directly now connected to the world. And I want to look at this King of Wands. Sometimes they're the same person, just the different sides of them, but I do kind of feel they're different. We have the Eight of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, and the Moon. Interesting. First of all, I feel like you are attracted to those who carry, how do I say this? Because I don't mean it in a negative way at all, but those who carry darker type energy. Maybe those who dabble. I feel like this king. I feel like you may have waited around. It's funny, I'm hearing somebody whistling outside. I don't hear him anymore. Anyway, it's funny. I could like they were really whistling, and it's pretty cold out, so I don't think people are just hanging out. Anyway, this king, I feel like this could be someone where maybe I've given them a lot of time. Maybe I've given them a lot of time to make a commitment, but they hadn't. And it's due to their own making. It's, their own self created prison. And I feel like it has to do with love. And it may be one of their life lessons, and they had to learn to break that. And maybe they had to lose you to be able to break free. So I feel like that's their realization, and that's the one I feel like that's coming. But then I feel like for some of you, you may be like cutting ties with someone, and you know it's interesting because I feel like it's almost like you and this King of Swords are like pen pals. You know each other, but it's more like you know each other maybe through like I don't know, like typed out words versus spoken. So I'm thinking, okay, well, which one is it? Well, maybe it's both because I really can't tell you because I feel like it's two different scenarios. And Capricorn being so strong right there, right next to the world, it may simply be a Capricorn. This could be someone that you used to know. I feel like what you're doing, and I feel like really what this king is doing is just letting the worry go. Like, I can't control where something's going to be in 10 years, but I can control where it's going to be today. And if I think about that every day, if I plant that seed every day, eventually I'm going to grow. Well, I'm going to grow a garden. This is saying who's ever carrying the Nine of Swords, again, unnecessary worry. This is what you need to learn to trust is your intuition. And that's what the Empress has learned. But listen, she's learned it through hard experiences. She herself has had to break herself free out of the Eight of Swords. Alright. Since I feel like there's just a couple different storylines, I'm gonna go right down the middle. If anything else wants to come out, come on out. We have the Hierophant, Taurus. This is about your beliefs. It's a five. I want you to question them. Are you living your true beliefs or are you living in others? Make sure they're yours. Trust your guides above all. We have the Four of Wands. Interesting, kind of in reverse. Kind of, sort of. But I kind of love that at the same time. Not that it was in reverse. I just love that the Hierophant is next to it because it feels like a blessing over this. Feels like a blessing over a marriage, a commitment. Things can be worked out, but I guess, both have to come to the table. And sometimes, we gotta lose what we love to know, wow, I really love that. Especially if they're heading back home, because then I feel like, rah, all right, we have the magician, manifestor. We have the nine of wands, and we have the six of pentacles. So somebody's had that realization of probably, because I feel like, I don't know, it's talking about this, this connection, let's just say. I feel like it's being blessed, but I feel like at the same time, both have to understand their part within it. This is my own responsibility. And, but yet it's also about how I've grown, and sometimes I've just grown, like, well, I didn't think I could take so much, but I did. Um, and I feel like someone is having that realization of like, boy, I guess I was a taker, and I get that now. Now, I do feel like each will have to have that realization. Doesn't mean that both were takers. I don't mean it that way. It just means that, like some of these dramas, like where neither one of us wanted to back down, like somebody could have backed down. And now we know that. Or at least now I know that. This king also has a moon, Pisces, ruler of Cancer. We just had we had the full moon in Leo. There's Leo right up there. But that can be uncertainties like, like I want to manifest, well, maybe I want to manifest, I want to manifest someone back into my life again. Listen, maybe it's going to take a little bit of time because maybe the Empress has cleaned out her house, and to win her back, you got to prove yourself. And it only makes sense because I feel like in the Empress's energy, like if you come to me in a lower vibration, that's why over here, if anything is of a lower vibration, the Empress is going to feel it quickly. And she wants nothing to do with it. I feel that. Like I have no interest in mind games or anything like that. Like I need, if I'm going to fall in love, then it needs to be real love. It needs to be truth, honesty, spiritual. It needs to be love. And we both need to like want to be there and work at it. Like I feel like that's what the Empress would say. Hmm. But then the magician shows up. And the magician really does tell you that you have all the tools you need to be successful. So maybe it is like maybe you're not meant to know like will it go right back to into a marriage, let's say, or into commitment. Maybe you have to like earn your way type of energy, but I feel like it's worth it. I feel like it's worth it. All right. I don't even know which one to read. I'm not gonna read them all. Um I feel like I should read blessings. Three blessings. You received this card as a reminder of the power of gratitude. Perhaps you've been feeling sorry for yourself lately, feeling as if God has forgotten about you. Mother Mary reminds you that your prayers are answered in many different ways and guide you to notice all of the gifts and blessings you already have. Sometimes shifting your focus from what's wrong to what's right can make you notice new blessings that have previously been overlooked. This is a card of optimism, asking you to purposefully and consciously focus upon everything and everyone that you're grateful for. You can make a mental list. You can make a mental or written list daily, ideally, to train your mind to notice all the gifts you already have. By doing so, you're more likely to notice the new ones coming your way. This card also signals that new blessings are currently entering your life as an answered prayer. Amen. Blessings are currently entering your life as an answered prayer. Amen. So, whatever it shall be, I guess, um, I'm just going to let it be. I thank you guys. I love you guys. Thank you for being so patient, even though I cannot believe I finished these before the beginning. So, I celebrate that. Now on to other things. But anyways, I hope you loved it. Wow. It's always interesting and it always takes us like, you know, that was very clear in the beginning, very, very clear. So I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to leave that to you. Let me know through your comments what you thought, how it made you feel. Really, I want to know if you can feel it because I feel the energy. Like I can feel like, oh, like I'm feeling a little sad or regretful or, or joyful or, you know what I mean? So I want to know if you can feel it at all. Anyway, I love you guys. I thank you. Some of you, I'll see you at the lives. I was going to do it tonight, but I don't know. Today was just the wrong day, I could tell. So maybe tomorrow I'll do them. Have your notifications on. Uh, that way you'll make sure that you get the link because you have to click on the link. I guess you could just type in my name, Archangel Guidance Live, and see the current one. So I guess that's another way of doing it too. If you don't want to become a subscriber. Anyway, thank you guys. I love you guys. May all your dreams come true. I mean, that's just what I feel. May all your dreams come true. I may even title your reading what Mother Mary said because it just touched my heart. And I hope it touched yours. I love you guys. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye bye.